So what I am worried about is getting this site hooked up to Google, Bing, mainly Google and Bing. Those are the two big boys. Obviously, Google's much bigger, but to do this, we start with Google Analytics. The reason is Google Search Console will take verification by the Google Analytics or a meta tag, and sometimes it just won't read one or the other. So that's why I always just do Analytics first, get that out of the way, and then we have two options to verify our Search Console. So for all these, we'll start with the Google properties. So for Analytics, this is, just search Google Analytics. I did Google Analytics, I did Google Search Console, I did Google My Business. I went, found the best result, went to it. So that's how I got to it. You'll need to log in using our credentials. That'll be in the documentation. And so you'll be presented at something like this, like it's on Lawn Cracks. And as you see, Lawn Crack is a pretty decently performing site, as we're around 60 people a day on the site. Cannot complain about that. It's definitely our biggest site and stuff like that. So that is that. What we're going to want to do is come down here to admin, and then this is where we can create an account. So that's what we want to do, create account. And this is going to be strong arm pressure washing, website name, SA pressure wash.com. So it is secure, so make sure it's secure. And then we already have the HTTP over there, so we just need to come in with SA pressure wash.com. There we go. Category will be so lawn care is going in home and garden. This is going to go into more than likely home and garden too. So we just got to pick the best category. Home and garden it is. He's in the Eastern time zone, so we'll get him in the Eastern time zone, which is going to be New York time. And we'll keep all these. Good deal, good deal. And we'll say get tracking ID. So check the boxes, check, we agree. And now it should bring us to the page where we have our snippet. And what we're going to do is copy our snippet. You can read the instructions right here, but it says put it in the head. So here is how you get to the head. Go to Divi. Just click right on Divi right there. Go to integration. And you'll see we have areas to add code snippets to the head, the body, top of your post, bottom of your post. Okay, so it said put it in the head. So we'll put it in the head and then say save. And that's it. So that we hooked it up, So Google Analytics is very easy. We'll go through and do a couple settings right here. Remarketing, yes, we want to turn this on. And then I don't believe there's anything else to do except we are gonna want to link our products here. So we're gonna want to link it to Search Console, but we don't have Search Console hooked up yet. So we just hooked up Google Analytics. So now we'll come over to Search Console now that we can. I prefer the old version over the new version a million times. So I'm going to the old version using that option down there. So now it's pulling me up, and once again I'm on Lawn Crack. You can see 965 clicks. If we could get that for a lawn care company, they'd be freaking out. But so we click on Search Console right here. This will take us to our master list. As you can see, we handle a lot of websites, but there are 4 versions of every website in here, so it looks like 4 times as much as it is. So we'll add the property. I'm going to start with HTTPS sapressurewash.com. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to copy that. I'll probably forget that I copied it. But SA pressure wash, make sure it's right. It'll not work if you don't have it right. So we'll say add, and now it is gonna prompt us to verify this, so we can upload this file to the website files using FTP or file manager. In my opinion, that'd be the long way. We already did set up Google Analytics, so we should just be able to click verify, but this is finicky, so it may not take it. So we'll see what it says. And I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't take it, but I have had it not register before, and it gets really frustrating and adds a lot of time to this process, but hopefully we get lucky here. Boom, we got it. That is what's up. So, okay. So what we want to do is I'll go ahead, and I like this on my little, I have a notepad, a blank piece of paper that I'm taking notes on, just common things I'm gonna need to reference really quick, like I have phone number, email, all the color codes in case they didn't pull in, my image sizes. I was marking off the images as I was creating the images to make sure I had enough, and then just kind of notes of stuff I need to do. So right here it's going to be HTTPS and with no W's. So I'm just noting that I did this one of the 4 versions of the site. So we're going to go to search traffic, go to international targeting, go to country, and click in the US and save. And then we're going to go to crawl, and we're going to go to sitemaps. So at this point we're going to need our sitemap, so I'm going to open Yoast in a new tab, and Yoast provides the sitemap. So I'm just in the main Yoast. If I go to features, sitemaps, click on the question mark, see the sitemap, it'll bring up a new tab with our sitemap right there. So Google provides everything before the up and to the dash, including the dash, so we just need after the dash. It's the same for every site, so you don't even have to really reference it, as long as we are building WordPress sites with Divi and Yoast and how that's generating the XML sitemap. It's always going to be sitemap underscore index.xml. So if you just want to remember that, or that it'll be in the documentation, you can just get it. You don't have to do that step right there to get it. It'll always say refresh, refresh, and that's that. So just for this first one, I'm gonna go to robots.txt tester and click test, allowed. That's all I wanted to see. So then fetch as Google. So what you do is fetch and render, and this is gonna spin for a minute. So as that's spinning, I will right click and begin the process with the second version of the site here, which will be, oh, look at that. Oh, and I copied something else. Too funny. I remembered it and it didn't matter. So I need the W's in there. So I have the S for secure, and I have the W's now. So pressurewash.com. Double check everything on the spelling. Looks good. Okay. Add. You know what? I need to add the app. Holy crap. Completely forgot about adding the app to Search Console. Amazing. Or whatever that was. Yeah, it is Search Console. Okay, so we'll just try to run with analytics again. It should work. Since it's already verified one version, it should verify every version. This meta tag is very easy to stick on there too if it doesn't work. So I'll show you that in another one, but we're going to do the same thing. So sometimes international targeting may already be checked from us doing the last version. It wasn't. Good thing we checked it. We come to crawl, sitemaps, come grab our sitemap, slug, add it, wham, submit, refresh. So I don't need to test it again. We already got our green check mark. That's all I wanted to see. Fetch as Google. So we'll fetch as Google, and we'll tell it to fetch and render. And as here, it's still spinning. So that is why I did not sit around and wait for it. So open a new one, and I'll just bring this over here. So now we need to get our HTTP version. So HTTP SA pressurewash.com. Okay, so then all that'll be left is HTTP and then with the W's. So we have this one, knock that out. I did spell it right, good. So alternative methods, Google Analytics, and let's verify this bad boy. Well, hopefully I remember to show you the meta tag. It'll have a little code snippet if you click on meta tag, and you'll put it right under or above the Google Analytics JS tracking code snippet we just put in there. So that's all it is. It would go right here. You could just click enter, put it on this line right here, and it would work just fine. But we didn't have to. We got that verified with Google Analytics. So come to search traffic, international, country, US, save that. Crawl, sitemaps, add our sitemap, refresh. Good stuff. Fetches Google. Fetch and render. And we'll check our first one is done. So now we can do request indexing. Say you're not a robot. We want to crawl this URL and its direct links. So we'll click that. And then sometimes this will not work. So we'll see if we get lucky again. And we did. We just got so lucky today. So that one's still spinning. Let's get rid of that so it's just out of our way. We'll let that one continue to spin. We're on this one, which is spinning. So let's get our last one, which is HTTP, no S, but with the W's, and we have all 4 versions accounted for. sapressurewash.com, W's, no S, add it. Okie dokie. We'll verify with Google Analytics again, but I remembered to show you this. So you would just copy that meta tag right there, and then come to theme options, paste it right here, save, and that's that. We'll run through that process with Bing. So you will see that in just a minute. So we're going to verify with Google Analytics and just try to leave that little bit of code off our site. If we got to add it, we got to add it. But it just verified the other 3 versions, so I'm thinking it will just verify this too. So let's request indexing on one of the other variations of the domain. Let the robot thing spin, check mark, go, and that one worked too. So every now and then it'll like throw up a captcha where you got to pick, how many parts of this image will be broken into like a grid with 9 sections, have a sign in it or have a car in it or whatever. And usually when that happens, it will not work. And then in that case, we just need to remember to come back in here at a later date, even later that day, and attempt it again. Something is just going on that won't let it go through at that time. So our final version is approved. So we run through the same exact steps here where we'll go to search traffic, international, country, US, save, crawl, sitemaps, add new, submit, refresh, let it refresh, fetches Google. So it's just the domain, main domain, fetch and render. So now that'll spin and do its thing, and that one's done. So we'll let that go. Request indexing on this one, not a robot. All of them, green check mark, go. Okay, so Search Console is in a good mood today. So we just knocked all of those out. Good stuff. So analytics, we can come back to link Search Console now. So right here, add. So now it's just a matter of finding it. Strong arm. So I am just not seeing it in our list here. So I'm thinking that I just, I just need to refresh. So let's see if that did the trick. Oh, I was looking for strong arm. It's SA. There we go. So we want to get HTTPS with no W's. So we just want the shortest secure version of the site. Click next to it and save. Yes. Good. Okay. So that's a wrap right there. So we have done everything with analytics. We've done everything with Search Console. Except for request indexing on our last one. Wait for our green check mark, and we're good to go again. So okay, so an error has occurred. Try again later. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes it'll bring up the captcha and make you do the image thing, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. This is like the least preferred version for us, so whatever. It's fine. Cancel then. We'll come back in as we're just checking on this site at a later date and get that. Let's go to Yoast and Search Console. So get the Google authorization code. So let's just hook Yoast up to our Search Console. So you'll need my Google Analytics or my Google account information. I'm fine giving it to you. I don't know what you do with it, but we'll copy that, paste that in here, authenticate, and then we need to pick our site again. So we'll pick that same version where we have HTTP. We need HTTPS, SA pressure wash, no W's. Save. So that's all set up. If we had the social profiles, we'd put them in here. Yep, so that's pretty good. Search appearance. We're not using the separators, but I prefer this separator right here. We're going to call it a company. Company name is going to be the company name. Upload the logo. Save. So that's the last little bit of stuff to do within Yoast. So Yoast is all set up. We're good there. And we have all this. Let's just try this again, see if it works now. Nope. Okay, I'll refresh it and try it again one more time. But I'll leave this open. We'll need that for Bing. I'll get out of here. We'll need to put a snippet in there for Bing. I'll get rid of that to lose a tab. Refreshed. Let's try it after refreshing. And maybe that's why, but it doesn't make sense. So that's that. I'm not worried about it, so we'll get rid of it. Now we're in Google My Business, so let's add a location, and the business name will be Strong Arm Pressure Washing. Next. The address is 1135. The city name is Loganville, Georgia, and the zip is 30052. I deliver goods and service to my customers, so most of our clients do not want their address displayed. It does hurt their SEO a little bit, but it's okay. So hide their address, that is what he wants. I'm gonna go ahead and put it as distance around his business. And let's pick, we can change this once we're in there, but let's say 30 miles. And next, business category, pressure washing service. Look at that. That is exactly what we want. Okay, so phone number will be the phone number. We're going to keep it with the dashes. Current website URL, https, boom, sapressurewash.com, and everything spelled right. Next. Okay. So it's doing its thing up here, and when it's done, we should get the page where we can populate way more information. Okay, so we can have him text us the code, so I will text him and give him a heads up, and as I'm waiting for him to text back, I will I will start on the Bing stuff. But normally we have to have them send a postcard, but it gave us the option to just verify this right now. So let's see if we can do that for him. So I will shoot him a text, and then if it works, I'll have Google shoot him a text. Okay, so I just asked them, can you forward a code from Google if I have them send it now? So you got to understand, our clients are out potentially working in the field. They may not be next to their phone, stuff like that. So let's just make sure we're doing it at a convenient time for them. So this is what I was showing. Loganville's right in the middle, so I was thinking about doing a radius, but I'm just going to type in the actual city names. And he said, yeah, go ahead and have them text him. So I will do that now. So text. So he'll forward that code, and then we will input that. We'll just continue with Google My Business. That was awesome. He was fast to respond. So we're 50% complete. Okay. So here is the Google My Business. So look at this. 19 hours ago, 1 day ago, his competition is doing Google posts. So I mean, he's going to need to do Google posts if he wants to compete with this. And that's something we do, and he is planning on going with our SEO services. So we're at the home, and it's giving us all this stuff. All this is going to be in info. Our photos is in photos, but I also think it's in info. So let's go to info. And typically, a lot of the stuff we had to do in the beginning, we would normally just do right here. This is where I'm normally used to doing it. So if you notice right now, we have services is an option. We want to keep services as an option. We want to list out his services for him. So I'm going to add secondary categories. If any of these cause services to go away, I'm going to take them away. So commercial cleaning service, house cleaning service, so I'm just trying to, find any categories that may fit. None of those. I think that's it. And yes, so I'm gonna keep that order too. Let's get rid of that one and apply. And services is still an option, so cool. So it has added a couple secondary categories, which are still very specific to this business. You can't deny that you could call it a house cleaning service. You know, I think this is more referring to interior home cleaning, but nonetheless, it is what it is. So here is our map. So 30 miles is too big. Let's make it 25. And I think that's still too big. Let's make it 20. And if we compare it to our map right here, so Conyers and Covington are along that interstate, and then Buford, Lawrenceville. So yes, that looks really good. Let's try 18, 17, let's try 15. Okay, so I'm gonna go with 17. So 17 is about as low as I can go, and still get everything we want in here and keep it as tight as possible. But I like this, that this will display like that, and I really like that. So we'll apply that. Add the hours. So it's Monday, 8 a.m., Tuesday, 8 a.m., Wednesday, 8 a.m., Thursday, 8 a.m., Friday, 8 a.m. Okay, and then it closes at 5 p.m. And I will double check before I do all this. 8 to 5, so I am doing it right. 5, 5, 5, 5. Apply. Okay. The appointment URL, it's going to be our website. Contact. So that is just the page on the website where you would, you know, specifically go to make an appointment. Special hours, you know, if he wants to give us special hours, we can add them in there, or he can do it. Add attributes. So I don't believe he's a veteran or a woman, so we won't do that. Add business description. So I just copied what I put into the schema is what it's good enough. We're getting them set up. This is really going over and beyond in my opinion, but this is what we do. Like, we go over and beyond, so not a big deal. I really think he just started this company like very recently, so I'm just gonna put like this as a date. We can change that if he ever gets back to it with an exact date. I asked him for one. And let's get some photos in here. So our profile, okay, so it's cut off a little bit. Not much we can do. I mean, we can make a custom image for it, but I'm not going to. That's gonna work for it. Cover, we want our cover to be a very good image. And let's see, these 480 by 480 are going to be a really nice size for these, so let's go with that. Okay, for the team, let's get a picture of Brian in here, so we'll go with the bigger one. I can't remember, there is a minimum size. So we got team and then at work. So we'll go through and grab our other pictures out of the gallery that we didn't use at the other place. So there's all that. I don't know his Google email, so this is how we would add them, by clicking on users right there. We would normally add the business owner as a user on their account and give them full privileges, including the ability to kick us off. If they want messages enabled, we could do that. They would need to send a code again. That's something they can decide if they want us to do. I'll ask them. So Google setup. So we just did Google Analytics, Search Console, and My Business, just like that. Well, I'm sorry, we didn't quite do it just like that because we still have services. So what I'm going to do here for services is exterior cleaning will be the section name, and then our first item will just be pressure washing. And what I'm going to do is pop over here to so pressure washing. So we just need a little something about pressure washing, and I'm just going to copy and paste information in here. So for this one, I'll take that and we'll add it. Okay, so pressure washing. So I want to do house washing, add deck washing, add fence washing, add roof cleaning, add okay, roofs, decks. What else were there? Driveways. So I'm missing driveways and concrete. So I will lump those together. Driveways and concrete. Okay, so we got them all in here. We need to get a little bit of information about them. So let's just go ahead and I'll go to, like, for house washing, I'll go to the house washing page, and let's just copy some text off this page that makes sense. See if we can just take this whole section right here. So house washing, description, it fit. Okay, so I was looking, so the paragraph break, I need to put my spaces in there. And add a section, and we're going to do commercial pressure washing, business to business pressure washing service. Put my spaces in, add. Okay, so cancel that. So now all of our services are in. This is absolutely great. Okay, so his Google My Business is officially definitely set up to par for brand new business like this. So 100%, I'm not going to do a Google post because it is not verified 100%, like it says right here. If you go to the main part, that maybe since we verified it with the text, we could actually do a Google post, but I'm not going to. But you just go to Google Post right here and write your post. So you have options of what's new, event, offer, product. Yeah, that's it. You add your picture. It's the same size as a Facebook image, ideal Facebook size image minus about 50 pixels off the top or bottom, and then write your post and then add your button from these choices right here, and that's that. So Google My Business is set up. Let's get on to Bing. So Bing, I just searched Bing Webmasters. Here it is. We just need to sign in with Microsoft. So SAP Resher Wash. Boom. And it is spelled right. So we'll add that right there. This is where it wants the sitemap, which I still have up right here. We need the whole thing for Bing. Boom. Boom. Add. And now it will have us add a code snippet into the head section. So that's nice and easy to accomplish. So as that's thinking, we will log in here. So just get started. And no, we want to sign in. So Microsoft. Okay, so it's already got me signed in. And I want to add a single business. So if we do it by the business name, Strong Arm Pressure Washing, location Loganville, GA. Search. Nope, that's funny. That's like one of the highest ranking sites, you know, but they haven't even verified with Bing. Doesn't surprise me. So it's not listed here, so we're not claiming theirs for sure. The business is not listed, so we're going to select create new business. Okay, so we'll just roll through this since we're on this. So business name, Strong Arm Pressure Washing. So I am in Bing Places, just so you know, Bing Places. Website, HTTPS sapressurewash.com. Address 1135 Baltic Court, and that's Loganville 30052. Pick from your options. And with Bing, double check this. It will try to change this sometimes. So no matter what you put in, double check it, because it will sometimes try to change it. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. But segment is going to be professional services, I would assume. So we'll say that. Professionals and services, my bad. So say pressure washing service. Exterior, not a painter. Power. Nope. And we'll say commercial. I mean, I wouldn't call it janitorial services. Home and commercial cleaning service for sure. We can use that. So let's type in cleaning and see the options here. So let's put pool cleaning, and so that looks like everything that will fit in here. So, I mean, window cleaning and gutter cleaning just seems like you would do that if you're doing this service. So, I don't know. You know, we need to ask them. Describe your business. I'm going to take my same thing I already had and paste it in here. Next. Yes, we deliver at their location. Okay, so for this one, we're going to need to list out the cities here. So let me go on my documentation sheet. So Loganville, Conyers, Covington, etc. So that's what I'm going to type in real quick. So there we go. No, hide it in the search results. So we have all of his service areas in. So next, primary phone, the business phone number. Okay, make sure you get that right. The email. So it's just picking up that, you know, he already has the same address for his other business, Strong Arm Landscaping. No, we do not want to select that because this is a different business. So Brian at sapressurewash.com. He does not have any of these. He definitely should at least get Facebook and Yelp. Ten photos. Let's go ahead and grab photos again and optimize my info. Strong arm, pressure washing, images, edit. So these are nice because they are square, so good. Then we'll get we can do two more. So let's do two more. We'll grab the logo and let's grab that. Why not? Okay, so that's logo. This is other. Options there are just ridiculous. Working hours, so show them. So go Monday, and Bing actually does this better than anybody. 8 to 5. So now we can just click and click and click and click, and we're done. So it's just so much smoother. We're not going to do this at special hours. Email address. So the client's email address is, okay, real quick, let's get this code snippet going. So I'm in Bing Webmasters. I need to get this in Divi so it can register real quick. So theme options right there in the head section. So Divi integration right below our analytics code snippet. A lot of times you'll see a meta in here for Google to verify because it just won't pick up the analytics for some reason, but you saw that it worked just fine on this one. So we'll save that. Let that cycle through the internet for a split second as we finish this. So got that in there. Submit. Okay, so it's going to send him a postcard and an email and everything else. So he should have to send us the code from the postcard, and we need to let him know that. So let's try to verify real quick and see if it's going to work or not. And it did. Heck yeah. Okay, awesome. So what we need to do in here is we need to go to, and I'm in geotargeting. There it is. So geotargeting for the domain, and obviously United States. There we go. So submit that. And then we go to submit URLs. So what I'll do is https sapressurewash.com, comma, or, well, because of where I'm going to copy out of, it already has that trailing slash, so I'm not going to copy that. Okay, so I believe that was 10. For some reason you can't make this box bigger, but yeah, we'll just find out here in a minute. So what I'm going to do is reference my sheet here. I want to make sure I get our most prominent pages on this site submitted today. So what I mean by that is the service pages and stuff like that. Let's make sure we get all those. So we got home. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 pages. So I mean, this is just beautiful. So let's go about, trailing slash, contact, trailing slash. We need that slash right there. And then I will get services, pull services in, and residential pressure washing. We'll get that bad boy. And then I'll get our next one. Okay, so let's go ahead and submit these. Submit. Okay, so that was 10. The only page that didn't get submitted was the reviews and photos page. So we can only do 10 a day for some reason, so we did all but one. So that's that. Well, I guess privacy and reviews and photos, so I'll make a note. So now that's done. And we have officially set up all of the Google and Bing properties. So it's a lot, but if you do it the way I did it, it goes very quick. Obviously I know exactly where to go, and I just told you exactly where to go. If you want to get more familiar with any of these platforms, I certainly encourage you to do so. They're a lot more beneficial after a couple months of collecting data and stuff like that. But that's the basics, the basis. That's the core of how to get them set up properly.